I watched 8th Grade, the Bo Burnham movie on the plane. It was very good. Reminds me of when I was not popular. I was bullied, and I was not bullied in the era of social media. That's got to be very tough. But I will tell you this. In a few weeks, we are doing an episode for children. We're doing an episode. I have a plan for children to become popular because that is the most important thing in life. It is a lie that it is not. And it is also a lie that the nerds all get revenge on the popular kids. That is not true. The popular kid, you know those kids that bullied you? It's like, you know where they are now? They're doing great. They're doing great. Okay? One nerd succeeds, and in popular culture, because it's written by nerds, they all act. But one of the things when you grow up, you realize that the losers are losers for a reason. In my business, I realize I look at people in my business and I go, oh, in high school, you walked around, you had no confidence. And you shouldn't have any now. You should have no confidence now. Okay? So that's coming up. Because I was very unpopular, and then in 12th grade, I was nominated for Homecoming King. I did not win because one of the kids' mothers died. The other kid's father died in 9/11. They gave it to the kid whose mother died. Whatever. Am I claiming Russia? Am I saying Russia hacked it? No. I'm saying that I rose through the ranks of high school, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. It's very important, and we're going to go over different ways to do it. We're going to go over different personalities that you can have. We did this on a video. There's different personalities you can have depending what you bring to the table, okay? And we're going to talk about how to infiltrate the cool kid parties and not be a loser. Now, a lot of you are losers, and I'm not telling you to go back to school because that window's closed for many of you, like Disney fucking World. It's over. It's over. Figure it out. You don't get to go back to Disney World at 40 because mom and dad didn't fucking take you. Suck it up. Some foster kids got locked in a closet and burnt with cigarettes. You're complaining you never went to fucking Disney World? Grow the fuck up. Be an adult. Jesus Christ. But we are going to do, and I want to hear some stories from people that became popular. I want you to DM, and don't make them up because I'll know. Don't make them up. I sniff you out, you liars. But I want to talk to people that were losers and decided at a certain point to not be losers because you don't have to be losers. So, and I don't know how many kids listen to this in their teens, probably none. And that's probably good for society that they don't. I'm not saying that this is an adult program. This is not a show. We're not really reaching out to the tween market here. We're not doing that, okay? But if this is the one episode that we'll do, and I'm not going to curse, and I'm not going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein, although these fucking kids know already. It's going to be a family-friendly episode. I'm dead serious about this. I know that I was talking to the flight attendant about this on American. I was telling her I was going to do this, and she finally told me to sit down. She had to prepare service. She goes, I got to get the card out. And I said, well, listen, I had a great flight attendant today on American, real dark lady. I'm like, I paid $40 for a more space seat. She goes, well, we don't have any. So so I'm in the last seat of the plane with her. So she goes, you might get a refund. She goes, I'll send you some free miles. I go, ugh. She goes, you think you're having a bad day? She goes, I wasn't even supposed to be on this flight. She goes, the flight attendant her husband killed herself. They've been married 2 years, and he killed himself in his ex-wife's garage. And I'm like, okay, do we have the cheese plate? What are the snacks? Okay. I said to her, we start talking. She goes, the other day we took off, we hit wind shear when we took off. She goes, you hit wind shear, the whole plane goes to the side. She goes, there was a scream. She goes, but she used these words. She goes, there was a blood-curdling scream as the plane took off. She goes, we got about maybe 3,000 feet up, and it just, and she goes, the pilot got on right away and was like, hey, it's wind shear. We're going to be okay. And I said to her, I go, you ever just fucking they call it ferrying the plane when nobody's on? I'm like, you ever just go up to first class when you got nobody on the plane? She smiled. She goes, yes. She goes, one time we all got to sit in first class. One time we had 4 people on this plane and we all got to go right into the front and sit in first class. And I was like, when was that? She goes, 4 days after 9/11. With a big smile on her face. The thing about flight attendants is they've made peace with death because it's a very unnatural job to just work 30,000 feet in the sky. All of those flight attendants, they've seen death. They all do drugs. They have these stopovers. They all get hammered, and all the pilots do drugs. It's a horrible job. We don't pay those people. And it's a living hell. They live in an absolute hell, and they have to get on every day and go, hi, welcome. Is everyone happy we're going to Phoenix? Is everyone excited we're going to Phoenix? Southwest can dress it up all they want, and they can have the people come out and try to do stand-up, and the pilots try to be funny, and the flight attendants try to be funny, but I know what it really is. I know it's a bunch of people who've made peace with death. That's who works on planes, okay? But I will be doing this episode, and I'm excited about it because it's something that I feel like people are not telling children. They're not telling children how to be cool. They're telling them like how to go to college or whatever. Who cares? Like, yeah, go to college. Maybe. But be cool. Be somebody that other people like and respect. And you don't have to abuse people. You should never bully people. That's actually not the long-term way to be cool. That's a very short-term way to be cool, is to bully someone. That's not good. It's not good. You don't want to build an act around a kid. That kid could kill themselves. They could shoot up the school. Then you got to write all new shit. So what you want to do is aim high, punch up teachers, administrators, society at large. Or maybe you're just hot. If you're hot, you got to learn how to be hot. And you got to be the right kind of hot. You know, some guys like can't be, there's always like the hot guy. Like some hot guys don't know, like some hot people don't know they're hot. And that's a whole thing. Whatever. We're going to go into this, but I'm really excited about that. Thanks to everyone who came out to Hilarities in Cleveland. We had fun. However, it was the first time I had like 6 people kicked out, and I never have anyone kicked out. But I do a joke about Trump, and it's not a pro-Trump joke. It's just really a joke about people being insane on social media. And as soon as I mentioned Trump, all these people were like, started booing audibly in the crowd. They were like, boo! And I flipped out. I should have taped it. And I was like, what the fuck are you booing at? I'm like, it's a joke. I'm like, don't you realize that he's going to win again because you people are such annoying cunts that you can't? What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're accomplishing right now by booing a joke? And you're yelling Trump is a cunt? I've never been a Trump guy. There's nothing pro-Trump. But now, of course, now that I said all that, it activated some of the pro-Trump people in the audience, you know? So I'm like, I just start losing it. And I'm like, QAnon's coming. A few people in the audience were like, Q, you know, just people are crazy. I'm like whipping it into a frenzy, you know? It's turning into just a regular day in Portland, another street fight. Listen, just shut up. If you go to a comedy show and you don't like something, just shut your mouth. You're not doing anything. That's what people need to be told. You're not doing anything. By your opinion, I don't know what has to happen in this country or this world for people to realize that the sole act of having an opinion is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Like, first of all, your opinion for most of you isn't based on anything. You're regurgitating something you heard, or you're trying to get attention. You don't have a educated opinion. You didn't do the work trying to figure anything out. I know. That's why I don't have opinions on a lot of things, because I don't know. Yes, I don't think Israel should build the settlements and like bulldoze the Palestinians out of their houses, right? But I also think Israel has like a right to exist. But I haven't like done the issue. I haven't like studied. And then these idiots, like we did the whole thing about takeout food. I was ranting about that. A few people were like, oh, we need to go do comedy about nothing now? About takeout food? No, I'm writing a new hour on the Mideast peace process, you fucking moron. Do you know what comedy even is? Do you know what it is? I'm a clown. Why don't you do something? I demand my comedy be intellectual, and I demand that it conform to everything that I already believe. And I don't want it to be about people taking food to go. I want it to be about health care. I want you to make Medicare for all funny. And if you don't, I'm out. Yeah, we should have health care. I've said it 70 million times. I hope and pray to God that somebody has done more work and research into the topic than I have. I have a job. I have to do the job that I have. There's other people doing their jobs. Okay? You fucking moron. What is this is what happens now. Comedy's just going to be about nothing. I want it to be about Bernie Sanders. I want it to be funny, and I want it to be about HMOs. What? What? Are you crazy? This insipid. Like, I get a little frustrated with some people out there. I'm very grateful for, there's a lot of great fans of this show. And you don't have to like or agree with what we do. We don't care. Whatever you comment is lovely. That's fine. As long as you're consuming the product, we don't care what you say afterwards. I used to do cocaine with a girl who would always complain about the quality of the cocaine to the cocaine dealer. And he would just, his attitude was, well, you're buying it. As long as you're buying it, you have the right to say, she'd be like, this isn't like the last time. Remember that time you got it and it was better? If you need, go get a potato and put a Marlboro Light in its mouth and watch that and then press play on your phone.